Hi, hello, welcome to Vital Biology. So this is Padma, and in this video we learn about Cyclostomata. So Cyclostomata is one of a class in phylum Chordata. As we know that Chordata is classified into three of the subphyla. One is the Urochordata, second is the Cephalochordata, and the third is the Vertebrata. So in that Vertebrata, two of the divisions are there. One is the Agnatha, another one is the Gnathostomata. So Agnatha constitute all the jawless vertebrates, and in that jawless vertebrates, one of the class is Cyclostomata. So these jawless vertebrates have circular mouth and which is suctorial, that is of sucking type of mouth is seen in these organisms. So mouth is circular and suctorial or sucking type, circular and sucking type, and also in their mouth jaws are absent, so without jaws. So this is about their mouth. So mouth is circular, sucking and without jaws. So this especially help the cyclostomes to exhibit the ectoparasitic life, okay, as they have a circular and sucking type. So easily they can attach to large fishes, and from that they can suck the food material. Okay, so that is why these cyclostomes are actually act as ectoparasites. And two of the examples, that is one is Petromyzon and another one is Myxin. As Petromyzon common name is lamprey and Myxin common name is hagfish. So, Petromyzon, which is commonly called as lamprey, is derived from one of a Latin word, that is lampetra. So, lampetra means stone licking. As a part of their behavior, especially during the spawning season. Spawning in the sense, when these organisms attain the sexual maturity and they release eggs. So, the process of releasing eggs is called as spawning. Okay, so at the time of spawning, actually they hold to one of a rock. So that's why, because of that behavioral pattern, these organisms got the name as stone licking, that is lampetra, from that lamprey for this Petromyzon. And Myxin got the name as hagfish. Hagfish in the sense slime fish, slime, because this hagfish in its skin, it is provided with slime glands. Okay, to escape from its predator, it produces a lot of slime. That is why this particular cyclostome got the name as hagfish. That is, the ancient name is slime fish. Okay, and these are jawless fishes. Okay, these are considered as jawless fishes, as their body is elongated as like that of the fishes. That's why generally they will consider as the fish. But they completely differ from that of the Pisces in many of the other characteristic features. The first one just now we said, that is jaws are absent, and some other features in which they differ from the other Pisces is the absence of scales. Okay, these cyclostomes on their skin, they are not provided by any of the scales which are seen in the fishes. Generally we know that fishes are covered with like placoid, cycloid, ctenoid scales. But here in the case of these cyclostomes, they don't have any such type of scales, and even they don't have paired fins also. Paired fins. So paired fins means generally in case of fishes, okay, in case of fishes, they are provided with pectoral fins and as well as the pelvic fins. So pectoral fin is generally present in its gill region. Just below the gills, the paired fins are present, which are called as the pectoral fins. Whereas another one is the pelvic fin. So though that pelvic fin is actually situated towards the ventral region. That's why sometimes this pelvic fin is also called as ventral fin. Okay, so these fins are called as paired fins, pectoral and pelvic. Generally these type of paired fins are present in Pisces, but in the case of these cyclostomes, those paired fins are absent. Okay, paired fins are also absent along with the scales, but their body is elongated, and here you can see gills also. So 6 to 15 pairs of gills are present in these cyclostomes, which are helps in respiration. Okay, and circulation is a closed circulation we can see in these organisms. They are provided with arteries, veins, capillaries. So in those blood vessels, blood flows. That's why circulation is considered as a closed circulation. Okay, and going towards the skeletal system. These organisms are provided with the cranium and even the vertebral column. That's why we said vertebrata. Okay, so this vertebral column and the bony cage of the brain, that is cranium. These two are made up of soft bone. Okay, soft bone, that is cartilage. That's why here they said cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Means they are not ossified. They are not made up of hard bone. Just they are made up of soft bone, that is the cartilage. That's why cartilaginous. And these organisms are marine. So they live in seawater. Okay, but as a part of their reproductive behavior, that is especially for spawning time, spawning purpose, they leave this seawater and reaches to the fresh water. Okay, adults are leaving the seawater and reaching to the fresh water to lay the eggs. And once they lay the eggs, within few days the adults will generally die. Okay, because the adults' main purpose is that is to lay the eggs. Once that work got finished, yes, they will die. Okay, now the eggs which are released, those eggs after hatching, the larva which come out, the larva will metamorphose within that particular time period, and after metamorphosis again the young ones leave this fresh water and again reaches to the marine water. So here this type of like a cyclic movements can be seen in the adult and as well as the young ones. So what the adults are doing? So what these adults are doing is, so adults are actually, they are present in adults and the young ones. Okay, adults and young ones. So adults actually what they will do is, they leave the marine water and reaches to the fresh water. Okay, they reaches to the fresh water. Whereas the young ones, they leave the fresh water and reaches to marine water. Okay, so such type of the migration is called as anadromous migration. Anadromous migration means if any of the organism, if they leave the marine water and reaches to the fresh water, such type of the migration is called as the anadromous migration. So here these cyclostomes, they exhibit such type of the anadromous migration. Especially this is seen in the petromyzon, that is lamprey. So these are the various characteristic features of cyclostomes. Okay, so once again a quick revision. So these are the ectoparasites. 6 to 15 pairs of gills are seen, and circulation is of closed type, and scales and also the paired fins are absent in this particular cyclostomes. And the cranium and as well as the vertebral column is cartilaginous. Okay, and here they are actually marine, but especially for spawning purpose, they leave this marine water and reaches to the fresh water, and the larva after once they'll have like metamorphosis, again they'll return to the, that is of marine water. So this type of migration is the anadromous migration, which is exhibited by these cyclostomes. And especially the cyclostomes, the name is derived because the mouth is circular, sucking and without any jaws. Especially the circular and sucking type of nature of these organisms help these organisms to like maintain that ectoparasitic life. And the best examples are petromyzon and as well as the myxin. So petromyzon common name is the lamprey, whereas the myxin common name is the hagfish.